For today's video teaching, I will discuss 20 questions of objective paper 1 for trial exam mathematics Johor year 2020. So I really hope that my sharing will help you to get A+ in the coming SPM exam. So let's get started with the class. Have fun! Hello everyone, welcome back to my Math channel. Hello everyone, welcome to my Math channel. Today I would like to share with you the Johor paper 1. So let's see number 1. Express 3.15 times 10 to the power 8 in a single number. So this is a question concerning standard form. So let's see how to get the answer. So 3.15 times 10 to the power 8. Okay, so is a standard form whereby the A is 3.15 and then base is 10 and the n is 8. So now you need to convert to single number. So since this number is greater than 1, so we will actually move the decimal point. Okay, so when you move the decimal point, you must make sure you check the power. If the power is positive, then you will have to move 8 steps, okay, to the right. Okay, if negative, we will shift to the left. But if positive, we will move 8 steps to the right. Okay, so now let's move the decimal 8 steps to the right, and after you move, then you will see the answer appear, right? Okay, so try to use a shortcut to move the decimal point, or maybe you can use a calculator. Okay, we need to be very careful when do mathematics, so we do slow and steady. So let's count properly. After the decimal, we have to have 8, okay, digits. So we have 1, which is the first, then we have 5, which is number 2. So we need to add on how many 0? Of course, you should add on the 0, which is the empty space that I show you. Okay, so these are the boxes that you should fill up with the 0, right? Okay, understand? So that is how you do mathematics carefully without mistake. Step by step, you work out the step. Make sure the steps are organized and careful. So you have to add on 6 0 so that you will have the 8 step to the right, isn't it? Okay, so now, so you just circle the answer that with 6 0 after 5. So I'm sure you know the answer already, right? If possible, you label like this: 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Okay, so then you will get the answer without any doubt, without any mistake. Okay, that is how you always perfect if you use a different method to work out the answer. Alright. Okay, so this is actually about the standard form. So the answer is C. Okay, so I'm sure you will actually got the answer using calculator, but somehow you have to understand how the number come from. Okay, so don't do depends on calculator. Alright, so now let's go to question number 2. Okay, for this question actually is still standard form. Okay guys, take out your calculator. I'm going to teach you how to use calculator by using exponential. Okay, exponential is standard form. Now you follow me, alright? Okay, on your calculator, now you look at the button. I'm going to use a square, red square. You observe the red square. Now I'm going to press 4. Okay, all follow. Put your finger at 4. Press 4. Then you look for point. Okay, I'm going to put the square at the point. Alright, and then I will put at the 0. Can follow? You follow the square, the red square, can you see? And then I will go to 0 and press. Have you pressed the 0? Okay, now the square is at the 0. I now go to 6. Okay, the square now let's go to 6. We press a 6. Okay, now everyone press 6 using your finger. Now you got 4.06, right? Then exponential, alright? You don't have to write times, just put exponential. It means times 10 to the power of. Okay, we look for exp. Now you follow the square that I'm going to show you. Right? Can you see the exp, exponential? Okay, you use a square. You follow the square that I highlight in red color. You press exponential already. Now you look for 5. Okay, my square will drop on 5, so you press a 5. Okay, press already. Alright, good. Now you look at your calculator screen. Do you see this number? 4.06 times 10 to the power of 5? Yes? Okay, good. Now we need to press plus. Okay, now let's go to the calculator's pack, key pack. Okay, then look for plus. Can you see there is a plus? Can, right? Good. Now you press plus. Okay, now I'm going to show you again because I knew some of you are still wonder how to press. Some of you are very good, but some of you still lost. So, okay, now you follow me. For those of you who are lost, you see I want to plus 120. So you follow the red square, blue. I change the color to blue square. So blue square, 1. Okay, look for 1. Press the 1. Press the D. Then press the 2. Alright. And then press the 0. Press the D. Alright. Then exponential, right? When you see 10 power something is exponential, means standard form. Exponential itself means 10 to the power of. Okay, so 10 to the power of 4, we just press exponential. You follow the blue square. My blue square now will lies on exponential, right? Okay, can follow? Yes. Okay, now we go to 4, right? Finally, exponential 4. Okay, we have keyed in everything ready, right? Now we want the answer, right? So before that, you check your calculator. Is it correct? 120 times 10 to the power of 4. Correct or not? Yes. Okay, now we press equal. After you press equal, alright, so you will see the answer appear. Okay, let's zoom to the screen of the calculator. You see the answer, and then you just find the answer from the A, B, C, D. So which one is the answer? So for this question, you can use calculator. Okay, now let's see what the calculator's answer. Have you got the answer? I still waiting for calculator. Later I will show you. You try first, then you compare with my answer. Okay, I want to wait for the student who are still not ready yet. Okay, are you ready to get the answer? 1, 2, 3. Yes, I got 1.606 times 10 to the power of 6. Right. You got the answer like this. If not, then you have to rewind the video, then redo again, okay? Alright, so all of you should master the technique of key in the standard form using exponential. Alright, it actually can help you to double check our careless mistake, right? So this is a very big number, so we need to be very careful when we do the standard form question. Always use a calculator to double check. Okay, now everyone are very good in standard form already, right? Got one more question on standard form. This is hot question. Now let's read the question carefully. For hot question, you must read the question carefully, okay? Right? Now the moon is 405,696 kilometers from the earth. Express the moon earth distance in standard form. Okay? The moon earth, okay, distance in standard form. So how are you going to convert to standard form? Alright, so now you copy down 405,696. Alright, so we are going to convert to standard form. As you know, standard form must start with the number a times 10 to the power of n. And how to define the a? A must be a number that more than 1 but less than 10. Can it be equal to 10? No. Can it be equal to 1? Yes. It must be more than or equal to 1 but less than 10. Okay, now we do at that. We count how many space. 1, 2, 3. 3 already, right? Okay, some more. 4. And then some more. One more space, right? So if 5, that means 10 to the power of 5, right? Stop there. Stop. Why stop? Because the a must be more than equal 1 but less than 10. So the answer is 4.05696 times 10 to the power of 5. But then you have to round off according to the answer given, right? So this is 3 significant figure. So you have to check the fourth digit, which is 6. 6, is it more than 5? Yes, it is more than 5. So you must, what must you do? You must add 1 to the 5, right? So the answer should be 4.06 times 10 to the power of 5, right? Okay, so for question like this, it's quite easy, but I would like to advise you, when it is easy, we tend to make mistake easily, okay? So please be careful, especially when come to easy question like this. Alright, don't make mistake. Okay, always double check because we are human being. We are very careless sometimes. Okay, now let's proceed to question number 4. Table 1 shows the diameters of some of the planets. Okay, you have Mercury, you have Venus, we have Earth, Mars, and Jupiter. Okay, the question is find the diameter difference in kilometer between the largest and the smallest planets in table 1. Alright, so the largest one is actually Jupiter, right? Okay, so can you see the diameter is 139,820, right? Okay, so the smallest one is Mercury, right? Is 4879.4. Alright, so now we need to minus, because when you want to find the difference, it means you have to minus. So we have 139,820, okay, 0.0, and then we have the smallest one is 4879.4, right? So we are going to minus because of the difference. So if you press a calculator, you'll get answer 134,940.6, right? Are you? Okay, you can actually convert to standard form. Alright, so actually you can just circle the answer, right? The answer I think given is one of the answer is 1.349 times 10 to the power of 5. That is the only answer that looks alike with the answer that we got. Okay, but if you want to change your standard form, you do like what I teach you. You label 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That means it will be 10 to the power of 5, or we say exponential 5. Alright, so the answer is should be 1.349 times 10 to the power of 5. Okay, so the answer should be D, right? Sorry, the answer is not so clear there. So, but the answer is D, 1.349 times 10 to the power of 5. So please circle the answer for D. Okay. Now let's start with another question. Okay, so we have settled question number. Okay, number 4. The answer is D. Alright. Okay. Now we have complete 3 questions about standard form. Right, so now let's focus to another question. Okay, so we will focus on number bases right now. So given that 1321 base 5, okay, is equal to 1 times p to the power of q plus 3 times 2, 5 plus 2 times 5 plus 1 times 5 to the power of 0. Okay, state the values of p and q. Okay, when you see 2 times 5, 1, okay, we have 5, 0, we have 5, 1, right, 5, 0, 5, 1, and then 25 should be 5, 2, right, and then the p to the power of q you should know is 5. Okay, this 25 you will convert to 5 power 2, right, and then for the p power q, you should know the answer already. It should be the same base, right? And the power will be increased by 1. So you will choose which answer. It's quite simple, isn't it? Okay, so it's very simple. So now you will choose which answer. I'm sure you know the answer already. So it should be 5 to the power of 3. Alright, so when you do number bases, we always write the base with the power from right to left. Okay, don't forget. Alright, this is place value. Example, you have place value for digit 10 power 0, 10 power 1, 10 power 2, right? Same thing here, but this is base 5. So we have 5, 0, 5, 1, 5, 2, 5, 3. So then P is 5. And then the q is actually the power. It should be 3. Alright, clear? So we have solved one number basis, base 5 question. Now we have another number basis. Okay, so for form 4 you have learned many bases, right? So you have base 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 until 9. Alright, now we will do another number basis question. Alright, so number basis is actually quite easy, isn't it? Okay, state 147 base 8 as a number in base 2. Alright, you can use a calculator again. So happy, right? Take out your calculator. So those of you who are not sure how to press a calculator, please follow. Okay, I'm going to teach you slowly so that you can press your calculator to get the answer. So right, okay, now are you ready? Okay, have you on your calculator? Now we are going to press the mode. Okay, 2 times, mode, 2 times, then you press the base 3 times, mode, base 3 times. Okay, so mode 2 times, base 3 times, then you choose this one. What is this? is OCT. Can you see that? OCT means base 8, okay? It doesn't mean October. It's base 8. Okay, OCT means octagon. Alright, so now you have pressed the base 8. Now you can convert the base 8 into base 2 directly using calculator. Now I'm going to show you how to convert the base 8 into base 2 using calculator. So those of you who still not sure how to press a calculator, please follow me. Now you have to follow step by steps. Okay, are you ready? Alright, so now we are going to key in the 1, 4 and 7 into the calculator. Alright, so let's do it together right now. Okay, I'm waiting for you first before I key in into the calculator for 1, 4, 7, and then we will try to convert to base 2 using calculator. Now 147, right? Can you see the 147? Okay, now you need to look for equal, button equal. Can you see I put the red square there? Okay, press equal. Now after you press the equal, you see the 147 appear on the lower line of the calculator. Alright, yes, you can see 147. You can see the small letter O. It means base 8, 147 base 8. So now you are in 147 base 8. So you press the button BIN, LOG. On top of LOG, there is a bin. So this is binary base 2. Okay, you press BIN. Okay, then you will get the answer directly from the calculator for the base 2. So the answer should be, alright, so what is the answer? Have you got the answer ready? Okay, this is the answer that I got. It's 11001111. And you see a small letter B there? It means what? It means that it's actually base 2. Binary is base 2. Clear? Understand how to press the calculator? How to do conversion from base 8 to base 2, right? Alright, so now you must master all the technique using calculator to double check your careless mistake, alright? Maybe you like to use your own method to do without calculator, that's good. But calculator is another option for you to double check your careless mistake, alright? Okay, so I've teach you how to use a calculator to convert the base 8 to base 2. Now let's try another one. PQRTUW is a regular hexagon. STUV and SRQ are straight line. Okay, so this is a question. Now, all the internal angle for a hexagon you should know is hexagon got 6 sides, right? 6 minus 2 times 180 degree over 6, so it's 120 degree. I'm sure you can recall internal angle for hexagon is 120 degree, right? Alright, so now we need to calculate the value of m plus n. So now let's focus to the yellow line. So I'm going to highlight the diagram using the yellow line. Can you see that? So we will work out the diagram part by part. Okay, so this is how many? We just add all the angle first. We have 41 plus 120 plus m plus n should be equal to 360, right? Because this is the quadrilateral, right? So we just write in a mathematical sentence. And then we don't have to solve the m and n individually. We just shift, okay, the 41 and 160 to the right hand side. And then you will work out the answer by u 360 minus out, okay, the answer, the 120 minus 41. So you will get the answer is 199. So that's all. It's simple, right? Answer is C. Now let's proceed to the next question. For this one is in the diagram 2, PQRS is a parallelogram. UPT and PRV are straight line. Alright, so can you see the yellow angle there? Okay, this yellow angle is 180 degree minus 118 minus 21. Okay, I'm going to show you clearly. 180 minus 118 minus 21. So you will get 41 degree for the yellow angle. So you label there 41 degree, right? So because this is a parallelogram, so can you see the Z? Alright, alternate angle. Okay, so 41, I label 41. Okay, we can see there are two 41 due to the parallelogram. Okay, right? So now, can you see the pink color angle? Again, we are having two pink color angle, right? So you can label the other pink color angle should be 21 degree. Why? Because due to parallelogram. Alright. So now you can see on the straight line, UPT, okay, total angle is 180. So in order to find the x is 180 degree minus out 51 minus out 21, right? And minus out 41. So the answer should be 67 degree for x. And for y, I'm sure you got no problem, right? Y is 180 degree minus out 41. So you get 159 degree. Alright, so you just take 159 degree minus out 67. So the answer is, okay, then you choose the answer for 159 minus 67. So the answer is 72B, right? Okay, so we have settled question number 8. Okay, I do hope that you understand how to get the answer. You have to work out patiently, carefully, right? Now, for question involving angle, this is the way to do. You always focus to the properties of parallelogram. Okay, then the internal angle for the quadrilateral, hexagon, all these you must know, right? Okay, now this question is about circle. In diagram 3, O is the center of the circle, PQRS is trapezium, PNS, SMR, RLQ, and PKQ are tangents to the circle at points N, M, L, K respectively. Okay, so now we need to study the diagram carefully. Okay, now you need to label down the length. SM is equal to SN, right? Okay, this is the property of the tangent. SM and SM equal. So that means you have to find, you have to take 4.35 minus out 2.74. Okay. Alright, because MR is equal to 2.74. You understand? MR. Alright, understand, right? The MR is equivalent to RL. SM is equivalent to SN. So if you take 4.35 minus out 2.74, you get 1.6. Okay, 1.61. And then the perimeter for the PQ, we are asking to find the perimeter for the PQRS. So you just add all the length. Okay, so you take the PK is the same with the PN, right? Plus KQ 4.31, then plus the QL, alright, and then plus the 2.74 LR, then plus the RS, which is 4.35, and then plus the SN, and then plus the NP. Alright, so you just add on everything, so the answer will be 32, right? Property of tangent. So please remember that you have to use a property of the tangent to the circle. Okay, this is called common tangent. We have tangent, we have common tangent, right? Okay, so now we have solved the property of common tangent. Now we will proceed to the next question, which is actually hot question. Alright, let's have a look. Which of the following real life situation is hot, is not an example of isometric transformation? Alright, so when look at this, we actually will try to study the diagram carefully. Yeah, the A, it seems like it is isometric, right? You can see there is a similar or there is a common uh, characteristic between them, and you can draw the symmetrical line between them, right? Okay, this one also no problem. Okay, then we will have another one. Okay, so the last one actually it is not, is enlargement, right? So isometric transformation you have learned in your lower form for form 4 student. So come to form 5, you learn enlargement, which is not isometric transformation. Okay, now let's proceed to the next question. It's also about transformation. Alright, this question is so colorful. So let's read the question. Which of the following scale factor of enlargements is a negative value? Alright, so in order to identify it is a negative value, so the A is not, because actually they are at the same position, same side. No, we say same side. If opposite side, then it will be negative, right? So A is not negative, A is positive. And then how about the next one? Yes, B also positive. Yeah, this one you can see upside down, the C, right? Object and image upside down. When object and image upside down, the scale factor is negative value. Alright, so object and image, if up and up or down and down, then it's positive, or one up one down, it will be negative. Alright, now we are going to solve the most challenging question. You are given the y equal to q sine px. Can you see the question clearly? I will try to send the link for the question to you. You can check under the comment, okay, or description of my YTC. So now let's see the question. So now for this question, you're asking to choose the right answer for P and Q. So obviously the P is the number of oscillation or number of the cycle of the sine graph. So you cannot have negative. So if number of repetition of the, you have two repetition, right, 2s. So the number of is actually always positive. So you can reject the B and C. Alright, so then we look at the graph. The Q is actually the amplitude of the sine graph, and the P is number of cycle. So it is actually 2 cycle, right? So the P should be 2, and the amplitude is actually the maximum value of the Y for the graph, which is 3. So it seems like the Q is 3, P is 2, right? So the answer should be A, right? Okay. So in case you're not sure or you can't recall what is P, what is Q, you can always use substitution. You can find the angle, okay, from the graph, and you substitute, okay, and then you check whether it is actually fulfill the equation for the graph drawn. That is another alternative way to check the answer. Okay, understand? So I do hope that you can use different alternative way to double check your careless mistake, so that you can be a perfect scorer. Okay, you can get A plus. Okay, sure, you are good. Now let's proceed to the next question. So this question, you can use a calculator to double check the angle, right? So you can check one by one at this if you got time. Okay, I'm sure you can do it. Right, okay, always double check, because we are human being, we are very careless, right? Sometimes we need to double check using the calculator. Alright, so that's about trigo. Okay, so if you want to double confirm your answer, you can check one by one, and then you notice that you are getting the right answer, which is A. Okay, 3 sine Q is 3, right? P is 2. So you write down the equation y equal to 3 sine 2x. Then you plug in the angle from 0 to 45, 90, 180, and then you key in all the angle. You notice that if you put x0, you get the curve as a 0, 0. If you get you substitute 45, you get 3, right? The maximum point, maximum value of y. If you use 90, you get 0. Okay, if you use 135, you get negative 3. Okay, so that is another alternative way, right? That actually I want you to try to use to double check your careless mistake, because I am very confident every one of you, okay, who are my YTC viewer, you can get A plus for sure. Okay, now we'll proceed to the next question, which is question number 13. So for question number 13 is about the unit circle. You have learned unit circle. Unit circle means a circle with a radius 1 unit. Again, repeat. Unit circle means what? A circle with a radius 1 unit. Okay, so now you look at the unit circle. You can actually label the point M. M actually should be negative 0.77 and negative 0.63. Alright, you can refer to K. K is positive, so M will be negative for both coordinates because it's at the third quadrant. Now, if you read cos alpha, you will get 0.77, right, at the first quadrant, right? You read sine alpha, you will get 0.63, right, at the first quadrant. You look at the first quadrant triangle. Okay, but now you're at the third quadrant, you just negative it. That means the cos theta will be negative 0.77, and then sine theta will be negative 0.63. Because you are at the third quadrant, sine and cos will be negative. So then you just substitute. So sine theta, you will use negative 0.63, right? You understand? Normally, for trigo, we will use the first quadrant to read. Then when you apply to third quadrant, just put the positive or negative, depends on all science teacher crazy. Do you understand what I mean? Now, instead of read sine theta, I will read sine alpha. Sine alpha, isn't it opposite is 0.63 over 1? Hypotenuse is the radius is 1. As I mentioned just now, radius is 1. So you take 0.63 over 1 for sine. But now you're at the third quadrant, so you just put negative 0.63. Same thing apply to cos. Cos alpha is negative 0.77. Alright, so when you minus, be careful. Negative 0.63 minus negative 0.77. So end up you take 0.77 minus 0.63. Okay, so your answer is okay, A, right? So no problem. Now we go to the next question, which is much more challenging. Diagram 6 shows a basketball player is at the free throw line, which is 15 feet away from the center of the basket rim. The basket rim and the eyes of the player are 10 feet and 6 feet above the horizontal floor respectively. Now, can you see the diagram clearly? So, okay, so let's study the diagram. So you know that this question is asking you calculate the angle of elevation of the center of the rim from the player's eye. Elevation, the keywords. Angle of elevation of the center of the rim from player's eye. So, okay, now you see you have to work out the right angle triangle when you see angle of elevation or angle of depression, right? So if elevate is always look up, okay? So can you work out a right angle triangle? Find the height. The height is actually 10 minus 6, right? Which is 4. And then the horizontal line is given. It was given 15. So the angle you can label as theta. So tangent theta is 4 over 15. So then you can find the theta, which is shift tangent 4 over 15. So the answer is A. Okay, settle. This is quite easy. Angle of elevation. Alright, so we'll proceed to the next question. So the angle of elevation is 14.93 degree, right? Okay, this question is about diagram 7 shows a wheelchair ramp built for disabled people. So you can see there's a wheelchair a ramp built for disabled people. So the angle it was given 4.76, right? And the height is h meter. Okay, then the K to L is 120 meter, right? So a wheelchair ramp is safe to use by disabled people if theta is 4.76. Eiling succeed to do so. Find the vertical height h in meter taken by Eiling. So this question is very simple, right? So you just find the height using the tangent 4.76 equal to h over 120, right? So the angle is 4.76. So tangent 4.76 times with 120. So you will get the answer, which is equivalent to 9.992. Alright, so we have solved this question. So now we'll proceed to another question. So this question is about the Form 1 to Form 3 basic, I guess. So diagram 8 is a net of a solid. So given O is the center of the circle and S is the center of sector SPQR, the circle is the base of the solid. Okay, so you can actually form a solid cone by looking at the net, right? So now the question is asking you to name the angle between the inclined curve plane and the horizontal plane of the solid. Alright, it's quite easy, right? So the inclined plane, it should be the line which looks slanted to the left. So that is line SQ, right? So you need to find the angle between line SQ and the base, of course, is a circle. So you can see the radius, which is OQ. So the angle, you can work out a right angle triangle. The angle should be angle SQO, right? So that's all. It's very simple. Okay, so this one is quite simple. So the answer it should be angle SQO, right? Clear? Okay, settle. We have settle number 16. So now we'll proceed to number 17. So let's have a look of number 17. Alright, this question is about bearing, right? Okay, diagram 9 shows the location of 3 points at GHJ. Point G is lies due north of H. So we'll re-sketch a diagram so that the G is at the north of the H. Okay, use a red line like this so that you won't be so confused. Alright, so then we need to work out the angle. We always draw two north because we need a parallel line so that we can work out the Z. Z represent a same angle, right? So okay, so we can find out the angle. You can see the angle that I highlighted in yellow color. Alright, so I will find that angle. And then I will use a concept of the two parallel lines. They are having the same alternate angle. So you will take 360 minus out 315. So the angle is 45 degree, right? So then you will label 45 degree there. And then the yellow color 45 degree, it should be the same because of the alternate angle. So now you can solve the bearing. So you have to read the angle from the point J from north 180 plus 45 plus the angle 33 degree, right? So your answer should be 180 plus 45 plus 33. Okay, so what is your answer? Okay, you can use a calculator and add up all the angle. So the angle is 180 plus 45 degree plus 33 degree. So you will get the angle which is equivalent to 258 degree, right? Okay, 180 degree plus 45 degree plus 33 degree. So the answer is 258 degree. So the answer should be C, right? Okay, so we have solved the bearing. For the Form 4 student, you can learn how to do bearing because it's actually important for you to know bearing also, right? Okay, this question is actually Form 5 topic is about longitude and latitude. So let's have a look. Diagram 10 shows a Malaysia map with longitudes and latitude. So we need to find the position of Kuala Lumpur. Okay, so the position means you have to mention the latitude followed by longitude, right? So we draw the horizontal line to show the latitude, right? Latitude is always parallel latitude, always a horizontal line. And the longitude, always a vertical line, right? So you look at the red line is below 5 degree north, right? So we'll find the answer which one is below 5 degree north. Alright, so it seems like we have only two. One is 1.49 and one is 3.14. So the answer is either A or B, right, below 5 degree north. And then you look at the longitude is 100 degree. Can you see the 100 degree, the vertical line? 100 degree east. So the Kuala Lumpur is actually at the left of 100 degree east, in between 10 to 105 east, right? So you will choose the answer which is between 10 to 105, and the latitude is should be quite close to the 5 degree north. So which one is your answer? So logically you will choose the best answer should be B, right? Is 3.14 degree north. Why? Because it's actually further from the 0 degree equator, right? 1.49 degree north is quite close to equator, but Kuala Lumpur is a bit further from equator, right? Okay, so we'll choose 3.14 degree north based on logic, right? Okay, so the longitude is 101.69. It's quite close to the 100 degree, right? 100 degree east. So if you study the maps, logically you will choose answer B as the best answer. Okay, for the position of the Kuala Lumpur, okay, in terms of latitude and longitude. All right, understand? So this is hot because you apply in geography, in reading the maps. Okay, so next we will proceed to another two question. So question number 19, this one is quite simple. You do expansion carefully, right? Okay, so now let's do it together. 2, then x squared minus 9 minus 3x plus 1 square. So I just want to remind you, when you expand, you take 2 times x squared, you write down 2x squared. Okay, 2 times negative 9 will be negative 18. Then this one, be careful. You put a big rectangle bracket before you, okay, expand carefully. Alright, I'm sure everyone can get A plus for mathematics if you are careful. If you are careful, okay. So you expand 3x times 3x, 9x squared. Alright, okay. Put the rectangle bracket again, 9x squared. Then plus 3x, then plus 3x again, plus 1, 1 times 1. Multiply, okay, you have to multiply 4 times. Okay, so you should have 4 terms. Then finally, this one is the most important steps. So you have to open up the rectangle bracket, so it become minus, okay? So then you take the like term, 2x squared minus 9x squared. So you got negative 7x squared. So your answer is either A or B, right? Okay, so now you look at A or B. Now you look at the x. You got minus 3x minus 3x minus 6x. So you still want to do some more? No need already, right? So because you already got the answer for A, minus 6x. Okay, never mind, we double check. Minus 18 minus 1, isn't it minus 19? Right, okay. So the answer should be A, right? It's easy, right? But sometimes people careless. Alright, so be careful. So the answer, it should be A. If you do it carefully, it's negative 7x squared minus 6x minus 19 is the right answer. Okay, settle. We have settled. This is called algebra expansion. Okay, normally student tends to forget the rectangle bracket. Alright, so be careful when you expand two terms. Okay, you have to put the rectangle bracket when there is a minus. Okay, now let's proceed to the 20, question number 20. Okay, so we will discuss question 1 to question 20 for this video teaching. I will upload another video teaching some other days. So I hope you can follow well the lesson. I will send the link for the question because I think you can print out and do on your own. Okay, because after you view the video, you can try to do again. Okay, let's see the last question in this video. Express 5x over q plus n divided by x mn plus xy over n square minus q square. Okay, for this question, actually you need to factorize. Okay, you need to factorize 5x over q plus n, then dy. Okay, we are going to factorize the xmn plus xy. There is a common factor, right, which is x. Then you have a perfect square. Factorize the a square minus b square equal to a plus ba minus b. Very important. Okay, now you copy 5x over q plus n. Okay, when dy you inverse, okay, become multiply. So the n square minus q square go up, become numerator, and the xmn plus xy become denominator. Now we need to factorize before we can cancel out the factor, right? Alright, let's factorize. Okay, so 5x over q plus n times, okay, the perfect square you can write as 1 plus 1 minus n plus q, and then n minus q. Okay, then the x you can factorize, become x times m n plus y. Alright, and then you can cancel out the q plus n and n plus q the same. You can cancel out. You can cancel out the x also, right? Alright, so finally I'm sure you will get the answer. So your answer is 5 n minus q. Okay, so it's either C or D. Okay, then because the x cancel out already, so no more x at the denominator for the simplest answer. So the answer should be C, right? Are you getting C as the final answer? Okay, I'm sure you get the answer. Okay, so for mathematics, you need to be very careful. Again, this is my advice to you. Even though the question is very easy, you need to do it carefully. Okay, so I think that's all my sharing for today's video lesson. So till then, I shall see you in my next video lesson. So I really hope that my sharing do help you to not only do well, but you will get A plus, excellent grade in your coming SPM exam. Alright, bye bye and have a nice day.